I should just sit down, I think. Thank you, Luke. You can see why I love my job so much. I get to spend each day alongside my colleagues, walking alongside Luke, and Corinne, and Joanna, and Sadie, Tate, and Lindsay, Evan, McKenna, and a whole bunch of other wonderful, incredible young people, to help them think for themselves and to become people who will leave our campus living lives of faith, character, and service to the glory of our God. And as Luke said, man, we have a lot of fun doing this. Well, good evening. It is so encouraging to see so many of you here tonight. I think we had 360 registrations for this evening, Pacifica's first public event, really. So thanks for making it a memorable one. And we are in for a treat, because we are going to hear from some of the most dynamic C.S. Lewis scholars of our time. And as we do, we're going to engage in conversations that hopefully will change how we think, how we study, how we live, and how we act in the world. I'd like to thank, and excuse me, I was so excited about Luke, I forgot this. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Azusa Pacific University and Grace Fellowship Church, who in part have had a huge part in helping this event come to fruition. I also like to thank St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church. For those of you who are members, you've been so kind to us and generous, and so thank you for that. I'd also like to recognize and thank all the pastors and university professors that are with us this evening. I think tonight we represent almost 6 colleges, faculty from Azusa Pacific University, Chapman University, Concordia University, Irvine, Pepperdine University, and Vanguard University. We are grateful for the camaraderie that we have with both the local church and the university, so thank you. Friends, I think it's clear to us at this point, the next generation is not going to learn to think and live well by accident. They must be taught. Thinking well is powerful, not because it only changes the way you see the world, but how you live in it. Pacifica students, as Luke reminded us, are taught to think well because the better they think, the better they know how to live, work, and engage the world around them. Students are not simply attempting to grow in knowledge or understanding, but to renew their minds, to see more clearly, act more justly, and love more lavishly. Engaging a student's mind to think well or shaping their heart to live well are critical because it prepares them to enjoy the abundant life, the joyful life. Sure, thinking and living well is about making connections, intellectually, morally, relationally, and spiritually. It provides students with a fuller understanding of what it means to be human, made in the image of God, so that they might have the freedom to go out and find their purpose in their God's created world. Adolescence, as Luke reminded us again, is a thrilling time. And during this period of life, students will make decisions that will not only shape their stories, but their futures. And during these years, Pacifica faculty, many of whom you've met here this evening and will meet tomorrow, partner with these young people to develop disciplines, encourage curiosity, equip them to achieve success, model shared values, and inspire not only a love for learning, but a love for life. Our graduates, having been taught to think and live well, leave our campus with an appreciation, a hunger, a thirst for all that is true, all that is beautiful, and all that is good. Throughout their lives, they will bring these things, truth, beauty, and goodness, to bear at home, at church, in the marketplace, and in the wider world. Throughout this symposium, I invite you to learn more about our joy-instilling, freedom-producing education. I hope you will catch our excitement as we pursue with great determination our goal of making a profound impact in the lives of young people and the next generation. I hope that you will introduce yourself to me, as I would love to meet as many of you as I can. This weekend, we are entering into the great conversation once more. And I believe we are all keenly aware that we are not the first people to ask big questions about the world in which we live. Rather, tonight and always, we stand on the shoulder of giants. And tonight and tomorrow, we stand on Jack's shoulder. As we begin to add our voice to the voices that have gone before us, so that we might be renewed, transformed, and live faithfully. Now, our students back on campus do this by bringing modern technology to interact with ideas that have stood the test of time And tonight and tomorrow, we will do the same thing. And so we've partnered with Slido.com so that you can add your voice to the great conversation tonight and tomorrow. And I'm going to show you how we do this. It's really cool. So I need you to all get out your cell phones or your cellular-enabled web devices, whatever that might look like. You might have already done this, so if you have, just stick with me. And open up your web browser. So for those of you who are on an Apple device, that's Safari. I'm not sure if you're on an Android what that looks like. Is that Chrome or? I'm not sure. You tell me. Open that up. You're going to open up the internet. You're going to go to slido.com, not slider. Don't let the autocorrect change you. slido.com/TGC. Now, this is also in your program. If you open it up, you'll see that web address. That should open up a page that looks something like this next slide. Here we go. And you'll see our 4 speakers. Tonight, you're going to hear from Dr. Glyer. So you're going to want to choose Glyer because I all know that you have questions for her. And then once you choose her, you'll have a 4 screen here that says, with a little yellow bar, ask your question. We want you to put your question in and hit submit. That question will then go to a group of us, and we'll promote those to go live. Once a question goes live, you have another important part in the great discussion tonight. You need to vote or crowdsource your favorite questions, right? And so as the questions come up, you can add a little like button by pushing there it is, little thumbprint there, and that will increase the number of likes of that question. The more likes a question gets, the more likelihood we'll ask it tonight. In case you don't see your app refreshing, don't forget to hit the top right button there to refresh the screen. Let's engage in the great dialogue. Let's be transformed. Let's be renewed. Let's live faithfully in our world and in Orange County. With that, it's my great pleasure to bring up our founding board chairman, my dear friend and a wonderful man, Mr. Keith Carlson.